Welcome back. Now to our next conversation. President Muhammadu Buhari set up a presidential committee to unbundle the Nigerian Railway Corporation, and this is more efforts to modernize the Nigerian railway system. The committee has the mandate to study and make recommendations for the unbundling of NRC into four separate companies, namely operations, infrastructure management, regulations, and marketing. How will this work, and what are the expected impacts? We have Fidelis Oheria, the Managing Director of Nigerian Railway Corporation, joining us now for the conversation. Great to have you, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Nigerians, and good morning to you.
So with this proposed unbundling, what will railway services look like moving forward?
I just encourage the private sector to come in, and so that you remove the monopoly of government in operation, at the same time providing the guiding principle and laws. So by so doing, we are trying to see if we can have private sector. If it's in operation, they can buy in and provide rolling stock and operate. And we have the regulator, so that will be impartial, unlike what we have now, Nigerian Railway Corporation, an operator, at the same time the regulator. So we are just trying to isolate the two functions so that they will be independent. So, however, the committee is to study and will come out with the best, and that will favor the country and the people. It's not cast in stone yet.
So do we have a time frame for the committee to work with? Anytime we're expecting them to come, and anytime we're seeing this unbundling actually begin?
The time of bundling, because when you talk about unbundling, is you want to have an infrastructure company that will be like you have Ministry of Works, so also you have a government company that will be taking care of the rail infrastructure, the track, the station, and you have various operators coming in, bringing their rolling stock and operate based on good signaling that will be part of the infrastructure. We can have various companies operating on the same line based on schedule, while you have the regulator that will ensure that the lives of Nigerians are not at stake. The tracks are quite good to run. The rolling stock they are bringing our feet to use, so that incident and accident will be reduced. Then you have what you just say, marketing, just marketing. You know, the rail corridor and the rail station have a lot of advert space, so that the company is not advertised for the marketing. It's to maximize and optimize the space and the benefits that is available by the large space of the track, the length of track, the space of the station, and the corridor.
All right.
So the way it is going to be looked at.
Okay. So the Minister of Transportation hinted that the corporation will be bundled into one that owns the assets, maintenance and running of the railway services. What's the plan for personnel here?
Come again?
I said the Minister of Transportation hinted that the corporation will be unbundled into, different, you have the assets, one will own the assets, you have the maintenance and running, the rail services. So I'm wondering what the plan for personnel would be like.
You see, when you're unbundled and based on the job function and structure, the different cadre of staff will also be categorized and be part of the committee's work. So it's not what you just say, but it's going to increase the number of people that will be engaged, because for the track to be fit and ready to use all the time, you have to have both technology and men in place. When you have now competition in operation, various private company, you see, when I say company, a state could be taken as company to operate a train. A Lagos state, like Lagos state, local government can operate a train as is done in the developed world. So it's not just that Mr. Fide Tokuri and son alone. So that's why we encourage the states. You can run within your state. You can run interstate. And to bring, who say we cannot run in every 5 minutes in every 1 hour, or every 10 minutes have train or track. So you see the volume and the peace people will have when you have the service readily available. So it's going to create a lot of job opportunity and employment.
All right. This is not the first time that there's been an effort to unbundle the rail sector. So what's different about it this time? What's the assurance that this time we're going to see results?
You see, it's just the will and the... this is not the first time we have talked about rail modernization. But you see today we have rail modernization. Already there is some 34 years old is coming running. Abuja Kaduna is running. Lagos Ibadan is running. And we are talking about that construction. So if the leaders are willing and they have this thing that you think was not possible will be possible as far as favorable to the country and Nigeria will benefit. I believe that the minister is serious about it and the president is serious about it. In short, the government is serious about making railway work so that it will not be one-off thing, because it continuous investment. It's not, transportation, not just rail. You just have to be renewing air, roads. If you buy one bus and leave it for 10 years and not having a replacement plan, it will go down definitely. So the structure has to be properly arranged and put in place so that continuity and sustainability can go.
All right.
So I think they have the will and they have the courage to make it work.
Yes, it'd be great to see it work this time. So recently there have been talks on, threats to security on the rails amidst breakdowns. What is the arrangement here for security?
I said the Nigerian Railway Corporation primary function is to provide rail service. And you have the other group that provides security, not just for rail users and rail operators, for the entire nation. We are collaborating with them to ensure that the passengers and the users of the rail and the infrastructure that government has put in place are secured. By so doing, we have a full command of the railway of Nigerian police. We have a commissioner, full-fledged, that covers the entire railway like a state. We also have the commandant of Nigerian Civil Defense Corps. And we are collaborating with Air Force and the Army. And there is a meeting that's being organized by I think the office of the DMI, and we are involved to ensure that the infrastructure and operation that we do on the track. It's quite unfortunate that Nigerians turned onto rail to start vandalizing it. And it got to its peak during the lockdown, while trains were not being run. And when things have been said that the reconstruction of this line is to be carried out, people just descended on the track. But at least as we speak, about 40 people have been given various sentences in the courts. But what we are appealing for is that they should try and use the maximum 27 years yet, because this, and we are also appealing to the security that they should charge them appropriately instead of just say theft. Because when you remove a clip on the track, it can lead to serious accidents and lead to casualty and fatality, and people there will be loss of life, and you don't know who. It could be my brother, it could be your brother, it could be your father, because you don't know who has been on the train. Imagine Kaduna Abuja carrying over 1,000 people on board at a time, and you remove rail, and unfortunately the train just come in and run into it. That would be a disaster. So what is costing us more money now to protect the track, because we have to patrol. We have to send what we call a rail bus to patrol the track before we send any train. And it's costing that turnaround of the service. So we use the opportunity to appeal to Nigerians to keep our own, because the rail and the government is building is our own. It's not for any particular individual. It's for our peace. It's for our, so that the commerce and industry can grow and create employment. So it's not just be left to railway men alone. Nigerians, whether you work in rail or you are a security officer, when you see somebody going with rail item, you should please report. Thank you.
All right, so this modernization of the rail obviously has resuscitated some sectors or some rails or some lines that were not active before now. What would you say has been the economic impact, so far?
You see, it is, what I say now, when you look, you see it. What I said, I mark it, not just by talking from the mouth. If you go to Rigasa, you see development coming up. You see people building warehouses, building factories, because they are sure that when they manufacture, they have means of moving them. Because when you manufacture and you move them at a high cost, the purchasing power of Nigerians cannot afford it. So the sales you have we go down, and the output from the factory will also go down. But when you can move it seamlessly, cheap, competitive at the market rate, then you have a lot of people able to afford it. So the industry will grow, and the economy and commerce of the nation will grow. So apart from the direct employment that we had when we opened Itakpe Warri and Abuja Kaduna, and we're also planning to engage some people for the Lagos Ibadan. So that's a lot of benefit. And you see, in every rail station, you see commerce springing up. Banks and various other things will come up there. You have shops, because when you travel, you can just go around the shop and pick things and enter the train, just like the airport. So those are things, the benefits that can immediately be accrued from having a working rail system. And the raw materials to the factory will be moved at a cheaper rate. Right now, not quite a month we started Itakpe Warri. The AKK project, we are moving their pipes. The fear of NNPC at the beginning was, will we really be able to do it? But I think right now they are happy with us, and they are bringing more, either from Lagos and more pipes are coming for Itakpe Warri, and we are discussing on how to make it work. We are also moving container, but the snag there is that to move a container out of the port, it's not just the rail that will do there, because you have to have the terminal operators, the port authority and custom to play a role, so that the turnaround of the rail service will meet up with the expectation of Nigeria.
Yeah, well, sir, we're still looking forward to, I wish we really had more time, because we also have, the talk of connecting Apapa to the rail, and we'd like to know the update on that, just that we have run out of time. And then we also have, you mentioned the Itakpe corridor. There are complaints from there that the fare was 1,900, then it went up to 2,200, now it's about 3,000 just within 2 months. So, there are so many things that the railway sector still has to take care of.
But they did not mention at the time it was free. We ran that route for 1 year free.
All right, Mr. Fidelis, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Mr. Fidelis Ogira is the Managing Director of Nigerian Railway Corporation, and he told us about the unbundling plans of the federal government and some other developments in the sector. Do enjoy the rest of your day.